I know. I'm sorry. I keep referencing the Instagram because that's just how I was introduced to you from.
Right.
Do you feel like because you view your art that way that somehow that seeps its way through the screen, people understand that about you?
I don't know if people understand anything about me, but I feel like people connect to it somehow. I almost like want, if there is a message that I want to put out there to people through my photos, I want people to feel a certain way, like how you would feel for like lyrics to a song.
Sure.
Feel some type of connection.
Yeah.
See something that you're familiar with, but see it in a different way and really kind of like flip the script a little bit.
Right.
Or like, even as dumb as it sounds, like whenever you're scrolling through Instagram, a lot of people can just scroll and tap and scroll and tap. I want to stop you.
Right.
I want you to be like, whoa, double take.
Right.
Even if it's for 5 seconds, I want to grab your attention.
Right.
And then let you go.
Right.
Go about your day. But like, even like that little bit kind of speaks more volumes than anything I could ever say.
Right.
Or anything I could ever do.
Right.
I'm not pleading to the Instagram gods. I'm not asking for anything. I'm just putting in hard work that I've always done and I'm always going to do.
Right.
I'm putting in 100% to what I'm doing.
Sure.
I'm probably going to get 100% back.
Sure.
So that's just the mindset I have.
Right.
You know, move silently, work hard, put your head down and do the job.
Right.
If you want to find spots, you'll put in the work to find it. Mm-hmm. If you want to get better, you're going to put in the time.
Just like, how
Google Maps.
Really? Okay.
Google Maps, man.
Okay, I thought you were just like walking around like aimlessly. I'm like, oh,
I mean, cool I've done a lot of, as we call it in the streets, block bending.
Sure.
Basically driving. I mean, God, it's me and my buddies, Scott and Zach, we would spend weeks, months wasting gas, eating Quick Trip, and literally like pinning things.
Awesome, man. People talk shit on it.
I remember at one time I had a notepad in my car. I wouldn't map anything on my phone. I would actually write down addresses.
Wow.
And like little notes next to it.
That's like mobster style. Burn it.
I'm Italian, so I mean it makes sense, I guess. But
I'm about 15% Italian. I don't have an Italian name like yours.
You don't have the goulash.
And I'm Roman, so you probably actually have a more authentic Italian like ancestry.
I don't know. I'm pretty pale right now. It's getting close to, but it's like one of those things to where I've always been the type of person to like when I'm in something, I'm in it. You know, like I want to be submerged by it.
Have you always been that way, or did that discipline work ethic come with photography?
No. Like when I played baseball when I was younger, I was all about baseball. When I was skateboarding, it'd be like, cool, baseball game's over. Let's grab our boards out the back of the trunk. Our dads are going to get drunk. We're going to skate till they basically fill the cake, finish the cake. And then whenever music came around, I was like, oh my God, I just want to watch YouTube videos and I just want to play all my favorite bands, artists, I want to play all the favorite bands, albums all the way through and get really good. Mm-hmm. And like, same kind of mindset with photography. I was like, it's a lot easier to get better at something when you really, really enjoy it.
Right.
You can tell.
Crazy, dude.
You can tell when someone's faking something.
Sure.
When they're legit passionate about it, they can talk on a podcast for hours about it.
Right.
It's not bullshit. Yeah. You know, you can't bullshit this stuff.
Well, the three things you just mentioned, well, maybe not so much skateboarding. That was more like I loved it when I did it, but that just kind of fell by the wayside. But,
I got fat. My knees went bad. I compressed 3 discs in my back at one time and didn't go to the doctor. And so.
Well, how?
I fell. Like I was trying to do a gap, hit a rock and just like immediately just slammed. I thought I broke my hip. I couldn't lift my leg for 3 months.
Oh my goodness.
I was seriously fucked.
Jesus.
And I was just like, well, this sucks. And honestly, I think that's a little bit like people are like, oh, like I work a lot. Like I work 40 hours a week. I shoot probably about 40 hours a week. I have a third job where I work at an airport. I try to work out. I try to go for a run every day.
Yeah, but I say like you seem like you're pretty good in shape. Like where do you?
I try to make time for everything, but there's only 24 hours in a day.
Yeah, you got to.
So I typically sleep maybe 5 hours on average a night, and I'm doing it to myself.
Yeah.
like no one's making me do it. Mm-hmm. It's just the way I function.
See, I think I would be like that, but I'm prone to seizures. So I really got to be careful.
You need to get your sleep.
Yeah, I got to be careful about my sleep.
Yeah, so it's just like...
Actually, I had my last seizure. Well, actually, not my last one. My big one I had was at Ballpark Village.
Oh, shit.
It was right after the Cards just got beaten by the fucking Cubs.
Well, I mean, that's a good time to have a seizure, I guess.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's just like, I think I know when, and I promise I won't sidetrack here.
Don't seizure on me right now.
No.
I've had to deal with them before, but not me personally, but I've had to deal with people. Freaked me the fuck out at first.
Oh, yeah. I know. I think I know when they're coming along now. You kind of get like, it's like a panic attack.
Yeah, you're what? You're 29, you said? Or
26.
26? Sorry, I didn't mean to.
It's like a panic attack.
Hyperventilation and stuff, and you can feel it. No,
just more like you feel like you're not welcome in your environment.
Yeah, I can see that. I feel that way all the time, but I never had panic attacks. So believe it or not, I'm a very unsocial person.
Sure.
Like, I'm very, very shut off to, like, if this place was filled with people, I'd be the dude in the far corner,
sure, like
on his phone, like not talking to nobody.
Right.
Or like one-on-one conversations and that kind of stuff. I could talk all night.
Sure.
It's just the comfort. It's just being comfortable.
So are you just like an introvert or are you an extroverted introvert? Because that's what I am.
I think I'd probably say I'm a little bit of both. I mean, like, if I get drunk at a party, I'm like the life of the party. If I don't, which I don't really drink much, but I don't drink much, don't smoke at all. But it's like
good.
It's one of those things to where if it came up and they're like, hey, like we're going to this party or like we're going out to this bar, like I'm like, no, I'm good. Right. I don't go out to bars. And like it's funny too saying that because I worked at Wheelhouse downtown.
Mm-hmm. Another place I haven't been to.
And I did nightlife photography surrounded in a club atmosphere with people drunk.
Right.
For like 7 months. But I was in my zone. Like I used my camera as my shield. I put my hat real low. I would like sometimes even put in headphones.
Oh yeah.
While I was at a nightclub. Just to be in the zone. Just to like take these photos.
Apple's like the durability of them are shit in my opinion, but
are those
AirPods?
AirPods? Let me see these. I still haven't even tried these out yet.
I love them. So
basically, I've heard like they have like a little thing in them too, like where you can track them.
Really?
Yeah. So like find your iPhone.
Oh.
Like the new AirPods have that in them. So like you can never basically lose them now.
Well,
little fun fact for you.
Look into that.
Little fun fact for you.
No, I like them because...
See, I have wireless ones too, but they last like 3 hours, and I bought them at Walmart when I would
just stick with those.
I was in just there for like 2 weeks.
A little bit of this was peer pressure, but I love them, man. Like they
don't fall into the peer pressure, man.
I know.
When people want you to take those bangers, just don't do it, man. Just look the other way. And that's another thing too. I think that was the mindset I had for a long, long time, to where I would see shots.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, I recognize this place. And then I just turn the fuck around and take that shot. Like I never wanted to like be like, oh, cool, this shot's already been done. Let me take it. What the fuck's the point of that?
Mm-hmm.
It's already been done a million times. Look the other way.
Right.
That's it.
Are you okay with like taking shots and maybe color grading in a different way than people are used to?
I mean, there are some classics where you have to take them. Sure. And I've, especially like in Chicago or like just bigger cities,
right?
There are the classics. Like anytime like you're in an abandoned building or like just anything like that, like think outside the box.
Yeah.
I mean, it may seem difficult, but it's not. Sure. I mean, there's no creative crutch.
Right.
You're putting yourself in a creative crutch.
So what's your process? Do you like turn your camera off, walk around, like?
No. Anytime I get into a place or anytime I go on a roof, camera's on.
Sure.
Pretty much get ready to go. And then I basically just kind of look around like anyone else would.
Yeah.
And then when my eye sees something, it triggers and I just take the shot. I don't think.
Sure.
It's just impulse. And I think like I just trust my eye.
Right.
So I don't ever, especially like with symmetry and stuff, like I'm a big fan of symmetry and lines and textures.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I think that's why all my portraits look kind of boring. I'm not a fan of my portraits.
Really? No, dude.
They all look the same to me. I hate it. They all kind of have the same structure, which is boring to me.
I'm trying to think.
It's all like on the rule of thirds.
Really, you have... Oh, okay.
It's all in the rule of thirds. I don't think outside the box as much as I say about thinking outside the box. I don't think outside the box with my portraits.
I don't know.
Because like I feel like
sure
when the rule of thirds is on your eyes,
yeah,
that just looks right. It looks natural. It looks good.
Right.
Why change it?
Have you watched? Are you familiar with Emmanuel Lubezki?
Sounds familiar. He's a really, really good portrait photographer, right?
Well, he does portrait photography, but he's best known for cinematography. His most recent film, or his last award-winning film he shot, was The Revenant. But he shot The Revenant. He shot Birdman.
The name sounds familiar.
I would say if you want to make people look flattering and make people be unique, like watch his films. Actually.
Just give him a call.
Yeah, no, that'd be if you were accessible to him, I might try to piggytail.
I'll see what I can do.
Piggyback off that. He's actually what got me into. It wasn't photographers. He's what got me into ultra wide lenses. Like I wanted to get a 12 millimeter, but
okay, that's too
wouldn't
wide.
work.
Don't do
no, I shoot with a 14.
That's what I mean. That's what I have. I have a 14.
Gotcha.
It's all about it's as dumb and as cliche as it sounds. It's always been about how you use what you have, not what you have.
Right. I'm about to sell my 85.
Some people can kill the game with iPhones.
Right.
Hats off to them. I can't do it.
Sure.
But there are people out there doing it. You know, it's like, and even like when I had a GoPro, like I didn't have the best shit. It's just that I was working with what I had.
Right.
If my camera broke tomorrow and I had to shoot with an iPhone, I would make something work.
Right.
Just because of the type of person I am.
HDR setting. That's funny.
Never HDR. Don't do that.
Why?
No high dynamic ranges here.
Why?
It's either you gotta darken those shadows or blow out the highlights. It's the real way to do it. I think that's why I just like the way things look. Like
sure.
The way like the fact that you're capturing the moment and it looks that way, that's the beautiful thing about it.
Sure.
If it has imperfections, if you can't see what's outside the windows, it's just not meant to be.
Right.
Your eyes do not see the same way your camera does.
Yeah.
That's the beautiful thing about it.
Right.
It's like a lot of these like feature pages now on Instagram. If your shit's not Photoshop, they don't care.
Yeah, which is, I try.
You're not going to get no love from Moody Grams, that's for sure, because... If you ain't photoshopping little fairy lights and shit and birds, and like if you're not making girls look like plastic dolls like Barbies and shit, they're not interested.
So like your shots where like the airplanes are in the air, or is that actually just
it's like that's a legit airplane.
That's crazy.
I don't Photoshop anything.
That's amazing.
Even with my portraits, I show texture with skin.
Right.
Your skin does not look like a plastic bottle.
Yeah, you actually show pores.
Yeah, and I think that's why a lot of people, maybe a lot of girls, maybe like me, don't like me because, to be honest, if they look like shit that day, that's probably what they're going to look like in my photo. Because I'm not going to change much, to be bluntly honest.
Oh, that's funny. Well, whatever.
It's just like dirty buildings. St. Louis has basically molded me into the photographer that I am.
Sure.
People see St. Louis that don't take photos or see like the same way that we see it as photographers, I guess.
Right.
And they see dirty, decrepit places. I see beauty and art.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, obviously a lot of us do this.
Well, coming from Alton and commuting to St. Louis a bunch, I love it.
Yeah, I mean,
I hate when people talk shit on like, oh, it's flyover country. Like, go fuck yourself. Actually, step foot in the city and see what there is.
I like the dirty, nasty parts.
Oh, yeah.
It gives us character.
Like, you went to Denver. Like, Denver's cool.
Denver's boring as fuck, though. There's nothing dirty there.
Yeah, let me retract that statement. The mountain towns are where it's at in Colorado. I lived in Denver.
Yeah, like the abandoned ghost towns and all that shit and all the mining towns. I still haven't been.
Idaho Springs?
But I know where they're at.
I go to Idaho Springs.
See, I've never been.
Abandoned mine shafts.
See, that's why I'm so excited to go to like Detroit, because I know it's real, it's dirty, it's gritty.
Oh, yeah. It's Motor City, baby.
The photos, and even like Milwaukee was pretty gritty.
Right.
I mean, like that's like where Harley Davidson was like originated.
Oh, I didn't know that.
A little fun fact
for you. I don't know. Now, as
know.
far as like obviously they got Lake Michigan too, and like the river.
Lake Michigan is dirty.
Oh yeah.
It's like I was like, oh god.
Yeah. No.
And then like I went to Atwater Beach in Milwaukee, and I was like, holy shit, this place is a dump.
Do they take better care in Chicago?
Chicago is clean for the simple fact that it's Chicago.
Right.
They can afford to pay someone to clean that.
Right.
The beaches in Chicago are pretty nice.
Oh yeah.
The water's cold as shit.
Oh yeah, I agree.
But I mean, Chicago is also dirty as hell too. I mean, it's a major city. It's the third largest city in the country.
Right.
It's not going to be spotless. It's not going to be clean.
Right.
And honestly, I don't think I could ever see myself moving to Chicago for one simple reason of traffic.
Sure.
People in St. Louis complain about traffic, but fuck, they have no idea.
There's some savages though.
It takes you. Let's see. There's like the St. Louis mile, or like there's like the St. Louis time. 30 miles. That's about 30 minutes.
Sure.
In Chicago, it's like, oh, cool. 4 miles. That's about an hour.
Good Lord.
It's ridiculous. It makes you just want to get out of the car and walk. It's like The Walking Dead, basically. That's why everybody rides bikesters and stuff.
Well, yeah, I'm saying if you can afford to live downtown, why not just use public transit? I have no problem.
And that's the thing. If you can afford to live downtown.
That's true.
I know a guy that lives there from a friend. I think he has like a 800 square foot loft, and I think he's paying like $2,300 in downtown Chicago. Insane.
Oh my goodness.
I will continue to live rent free at my brother's house.
Right. I mean, San Francisco.
No shame.
No, whatever, dude.
My family is very, very supportive of me.
I come from a blue collar family, dude. I don't judge.
Yeah, no, my family was very, very unwealthy growing up, and I was always very, very hard on my like stuff that I owned. Like, I would get bikes stolen all the time because I was just kind of careless.
Right.
I would like rip all my clean school clothes because I was like, oh, well, these are nice clothes. They feel right.
Right.
Let me go fuck them up. So, and even like still to this day, like I go through clothes and like not much has changed. I'm pretty rough on stuff. Like that's why I break camera gear all the time because I'm using it for what it's intended for.
Right.
I'm using it.
I have the bad habit of just because I get like annoyed with it, I won't put my rear or front lens cap back.
Put your fucking caps on your shit.
I know.
Come on.
I know.
You can open that bag right now and there's caps on everything.
I know. No.
It's the way to do it.
I know.
When you spend money on it, it's an investment. When you spend money on it, try to take care of it. Try.
Well, you know what it is? I'm about to sell my 85 mil Rokinon lens because I don't use it.
What mount is it?
What mount is it?
Yeah.
Canon EOS.
How much you want to sell it for? We'll talk about that later.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Because I'm in the market for an 85 and I wouldn't mind a manual.
I mean,
I'm not going to trust your judgment on why you don't like it.
Well, actually, you know what? This one isn't fully manual. It doesn't have the...
It should be full manual.
Aperture control. What? Oh, I wish I had it here so I could just show you.
What do you mean? Rokinons should have like full manual.
Like the F. Like the F. What is it called? Oh my god, I should know this. F-stop.
The F-stop?
Yeah.
Yeah, it should have full manual.
Maybe it does.
Most Rokinons do.
Not completely sure.
I mean, even if the F-stop is auto, the focus is manual.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. It definitely does have a focus ring. I don't know if it has the F-stop.
It might be or it might be auto
ring on it.
It's still Rokinon's a good lens.
No, it's sharp.
If I wasn't working at Creep 4 Camera and would have got the deal that I got on my stuff, I was gonna get the 14 Rokinon.
Oh yeah, I mean I'll sell it. I just don't use it. It's collecting dust.
Yeah,
I'll sell it for a deal.
We'll figure out something.
No, but you know what it is, and I say this, it's mainly because I got a cheap 35, cheap 50.
Right.
Those are the ones I'm like, screw it. I'll just throw it back
I'm
in the
telling you,
bag.
man, I have a $40 50mm and I shoot all my concerts with it.
Uh-huh.
And the photos look great.
Right.
It's all about the post-processing. It's all about getting good light from the start.
Mm-hmm.
You can take any photo, any lens. If you have great light or if you can manipulate good light, you're set.
Right.
I mean, there's been portrait sessions where I've done with a great light, like natural good light, and minimal edits. I mean, like minimal.
Right.
Just because if it looks good, don't. Sure. If it's not broken, don't fix it, kind of thing. If it looks great out of camera, who cares? Like, you don't have to edit everything. You're like, he didn't I didn't edit that photo. It must suck then.
Right.
No, it just means you're doing that good.
Yeah, part of me feels like I need to get out of the habit of hitting the auto light thing on Lightroom.
Yeah, stop that.
Okay.
Don't do that.
No, well, I mean, I'll listen to it sometimes, but
don't.
No, okay.
I do auto white balance in my camera.
Sure.
But if I need to, like, if something's blatantly like too warm, I change my white balance manually.
Yeah.
You have all those slides for a reason, to manipulate the photo the way you want to.
No, you're right.
You don't have to go overboard.
Right.
Don't put your clarity to 50.
No.
It's too much clarity, people.
No, I try to...
Put your clarity... Don't go over 15 if you're doing it right.
Sure.
Little sharpness.
Right.
And I do a lot of so I'm in the bad habit of where I will take a photo and it'll look great on my Lightroom and I'll get it on my phone and it'll look like shit. And then I will basically fine tune things on my Instagram. I do it all the time.
Oh, yeah.
It's I'll take a photo. Let's see. I'll do it right
Contrast
here.
it.
Yeah, I'll do it here in front of you. Let's see. So say I wanted to...
Just out of curiosity, have you ever shot the Cathedral Basilica?
I have. Never looked good to me.
Really?
I always look like shit. White balance is way off.
Too much, excuse me, too many murals and whatnot.
No, I mean, believe it or not, so this is a little fun fact for people. I'm a very, very big fan of yellow in my photos. Anytime there's yellow, I just completely accentuate it so much.
It's a pretty happy color.
I mean, I just like yellow.
Right.
I don't know why. And even my friend Joan, I made her a photo book and it literally is just labeled yellow. It's just our little inside joke. But yeah, it's one of those things. So if I was to edit this photo, not bad from the start, right?
Right.
But I would change some things. Just little things, little subtleties that go a long way.
Right.
And you'll kind of see the difference here. Like I said, it's not crazy, but it's just the right amount. It's just a hint. And that's sometimes all you need.
I don't know.
So that's the after, and that's the before.
Oh, okay, I see.
Just a little bit
change.
Though, but sometimes that's all it takes,
right?
And and some people have this predetermined idea in their head, oh well, that's cheating, or that's you're obviously taking bad photos if you have to edit on Instagram. It's a pride thing.
What?
But it's
no, that's
it's not. It's a personal preference.
Right.
There's no wrong or right way to take a photo. There's not.
Spoken from a master, in my opinion.
It's what your eyesight is 1 in a billion. That's a beautiful thing. The fact that you can't replicate what someone else sees,
right?
That's perfect.
Right.
That's how it should be. So the fact that people want to mimic somebody, you never will.
Right.
You may get close, but you'll never understand what's going on in someone's head, what their eyes are physically seeing,
right,
and the way that they're composing things. You can try to retake the same shot. A lot of people do.
Right.
But that's why I just don't even try. That's why I just literally go with the flow and trust my eyes. And even with edits, there are some times where I'll edit a photo and I'll keep it in my phone for a little bit, and then I'll come back to it a week from now or whatever.
Right.
And I'll be trash, delete it.
Oh yeah.
And I'll re-edit it a month from now, and I'll be oh my god, okay, this is the way I want it to look.
Right. No,
it's just the way it is. There's just things that you can't force.
Right. No, that's what I just did recently. Which, by the way, maybe if you haven't been to Pittsburgh, please go.
I have not.
And I know there's a lot of
not even abandoned stuff, but Pittsburgh is a dope city from what I keep hearing. And Mac Miller, R.I.P.
Yeah, rest in peace, dude. I want to go to Frick Park and like
the what?
It's where Blue Slide Playground is, like Blue Slide Park, Frick Park. Some of the places he mentions in his songs.
Never heard. Well,
it was too far. I didn't have a car. I didn't want to like take an Uber.
The best advice I can give you for trips: have no itinerary.
No, I don't. I like traveling by myself.
I don't do that, but
dude, it's so fun.
I did go to Mexico City, Mexico by myself technically.
Oh my goodness. That's one of the biggest cities in the world.
Yeah, it didn't turn out so well. I went for work actually, so I went for Strange Donuts.
Oh man.
It was my first international trip ever and it was for work, which was really, really dope. And it was just one of those things to where it was such a big city.
Mm-hmm.
I like shut down. I was like, whoa, like, nope.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I was too scared to take an Uber. I was too scared to like take a taxi.
Oh man.
I basically just sat in a donut shop in Mexico City for like a week and didn't even explore because I went alone almost. So I had like this huge opportunity in front of me and didn't take it. And I regret it every day now. So like I had that like instilled in my head of like whenever I go to a new city to just go get lost.
Right.
GPS will get you back just about anywhere.
Oh yeah.
And Uber can pick you up from anywhere. Right. So at least get you back to familiar territory.
Right.
So it's like, go get lost. That's the way to do it. Even in your own city. Like a lot of people.
Yeah, that's what I need to do.
A lot of people neglect their own city. And that's why I think I don't know. I guess I could say like I've definitely not neglected St. Louis.
No.
And
no, you open up so much beauty to me.
Right. And that's
I consider my home city, even though it's not. I'm just in the area.
I mean, yeah, you're close enough.
Yeah. I mean, literally from.
It's like people in. It's like people in
like
Peoria or like
Chicago.
I live in Chicago.
It's like really? Can you actually see?
I'm a Cubs fan. No,
I can literally see the skyline from Riverview Park here.
Oh no, I believe it. Yeah. I mean, I can see the skyline from 270. Whenever I'm going like 270 east.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Or I mean 270 west.
Yeah.
Like right at 367 and 270.
I usually take Route 3.
You can look right in and like see the city.
Oh man, that's pretty cool.
You got to pay attention more.
No, well, here's the thing. I usually take Route 3.
Well, don't.
Route
3 sucks.
It's the straightest way into St. Louis. I don't like to merge on a 270 and then.
What, are you scared of a big highway?
Kind of.
Yeah.
It just, I don't know.
270 is a joke. Come on, man.
I know.
I enjoy taking 70 into the city.
Sure. Because
it's like a racetrack. Like whenever I leave the city on like a Saturday night, people are going like 120 and they just don't give a shit. They don't care. They'll speed past cops and cops will be like, well.
I'll speed on 70 when you've passed Kansas City. That's open road territory there.
Well, yeah. No, I've got a speeding ticket on the way to Kansas City on 70. Man. In a rental, might I add. And I was just like, well, this sucks.
Yeah, no, I want to kill myself driving through Kansas. Actually, you know what's worse?
I've never gone... the farthest west I've gone driving was Parsons, Kansas.
Okay.
And I was...
Eastern Colorado is the same thing as Kansas.
I was in a band at the time, and that's like somehow where we booked a show, and I was like, where the fuck am I? But I mean, like... Just this year alone, I've been to Miami, I've been to LA, I've been to Kansas City, I've been to Chicago. I've been to, let's see, where else have I been?
Yeah. What are all the cities you've been to just this year?
Memphis, Nashville. So I mean, a couple.
Right.
And
obviously Milwaukee and Chicago.
Yeah, Milwaukee and Chicago. So let's see. LA, Miami, Milwaukee, Chicago, Kansas City, Nashville, Memphis. Did I say Memphis?
Yeah, you did. That was the first one.
So, I mean, yeah. So like I've been to 6 cities in 9 months. It's not so bad, especially for my own budget, basically.
No, not at all.
Oh, Denver too. Yeah, I went to Denver.
Like I said, if I had it my way, I would drive right past Denver and just go into the.
Denver's cool. I like Denver for certain aspects. Like Denver was a part of the trip that I took when I first did photography too.
Wow.
So I went to Memphis, Kansas City,
Sure.
Philadelphia, and Denver, all in the same month. I was basically gone for a month.
Oh, wow.
Because I was working with the Cardinals at the time.
Oh, that's dope.
And it was closer to the offseason. It was one of the years that we didn't make the playoffs.
Right.
So I was like, oh, cool. Baseball season's done. I'm out of here.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.